Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video. I'm going to do a little bit of wrapping because I am behind and the kids are in bed now, even though I'm trying to like not be too loud because Larry is still not fully asleep. So we're gonna wrap some gifts and stuff, and then I'm gonna answer some questions because the other day I did a Q&A when I was wrapping some of Jackson's. So I figured that we'd just kind of chat about some other things because I asked you guys today for questions. You guys had a bunch of stuff to ask, so we'll do this. I hope that you guys are doing great, you guys. You guys are gonna see this on Wednesday. Tomorrow's Wednesday, right? Babe, tomorrow's Wednesday?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Joe's over there doing the puzzle. So you guys are gonna see this Wednesday, and then there's like 3 more days till Christmas, which is insane. All right, so I've got my different wrapping paper. I did 2 different wrapping papers. So one was for Jackson, one was for Riley. That's just gonna be the easiest way for me to like tell the difference for like our gifts, like the gifts that Santa left for them or whatever at our house. But then I have some gifts from Mimi and Papa and my sister and stuff that I need to also wrap, and then I'll just use like a different wrapping paper completely for that. So yeah, there were some questions like about that, like about Christmas, like how do we do Christmas? Like the first question here says, gifts for the kids. Do you spend the same amount of money or the same amount, like the same number of gifts? And I'm gonna tell you straight up, I have no idea. Like I didn't really keep track of what we spent, nor did I keep track of like how many gifts each of the kids had. Like you guys know, I showed you guys everything that I bought for the kids. You guys know that it's crazy this time of year because we've got their birthdays and Christmas, all of that. So I didn't keep track this year. Maybe next year it would be nice like to have like a little spreadsheet where I could at least keep track of like money wise. But again, like the kids are still too young that they're not going to be like, oh, you know, Santa gave me only this many gifts and I didn't get as many as my sister or whatever. Like they don't really care and they don't really know. So I wasn't really too worried about that. But if you guys like do it a specific way, you know, if you want to share that, feel free to do that in the comments. Are you still planning on doing a toy decluttering video? It would be nice. It would be nice if like tomorrow I could maybe focus on that. I'm sure that Joseph is back there doing the puzzle, yes. Nodding his head because we keep getting toys coming in and nothing is leaving. So as soon as I can get on that, I will film it for you, I promise. Like something that I would like to film. But more importantly, like I want to do it. And that's like the thing with YouTube sometimes. The thing with YouTube is like there's a lot of things that sometimes I want to get done, and then like in the moment I'll be like, okay, let's do it, and then I'll be like, oh no, but I want to capture it on camera, I want to make a video out of it. And then because of that, it ends up either like not happening because I'm not in the right frame of mind to film, or you know, it's not in my content calendar or whatever. Like maybe that sounds insane, but that's like one of the downsides of YouTube that I don't really talk too much about, is like there's sometimes stuff that you want to do or get done around the house especially, and then because you also want to film it, like sometimes it takes twice as long to get done. So what is your favorite Christmas movie? For me, I have a couple. So I love Miracle on 34th Street. It's like my all-time favorite Christmas movie. I used to watch that like religiously over and over and over again every Christmas when I was younger. There was something about that movie, like I loved it. Like I think Joe's back there, but I had a crush on like the guy, like the main guy, and it was just like a good movie. I really liked that. And then I also love, it's so stupid, but I love Belle's Enchanted Christmas. Also one of my favorite movies that I watch. And then like more recently, like I love Elf. Elf is like the funniest Christmas movie. I crack up. There's so many lines that I love from that movie, and it's so cute because now Joe bought the kids the Elf book that I shared the other day on Instagram, and I read that book to Riley the other night, and it was just so fun to read it because it's just like watching the movie over again. So yeah, that's probably my favorite. But what is your favorite? Like there's so many movies like now that are new, like on, I want to watch on Disney Plus, is it? They have like Noel, or like they have all these new little like cheesy, I don't know, like on Netflix they have some holidays, or I don't know, all of those like cheesy new movies that have come out, and I want to watch at least one this year. So if there's any that you recommend that's like corny but not like super corny, let me know so that I can try to watch that one of these nights if you know, I get a chance. Okay, so the latest thing that I've been sharing about lately is like Jackson's weight. So I did get some questions about that. If it's not too personal, what was Jackson's weight? First of all, I want to thank all of you guys who have messaged me and stuff about his weight, and like lately since I've been sharing, you know, like what I serve him, what he doesn't eat. Just, you guys are, I think, seeing how picky he truly is. And I've gotten a lot of moms like comment and tell me like, you know, that you guys are in the same boat. And not that I'm happy that you're in the same boat. It really sucks. It sucks to be on that boat. But it's nice to know, like I always say, like it's nice to know that I'm not the only one riding that struggle bus, because it is quite the struggle. But in terms of his weight, it's not just his weight, it's his height too. So the doctor told me that he's in the 3rd percentile for height and weight, which is, I think, like he's fallen off of his curve. Like it's not like he's been the same, like he's fallen off of his curve. I don't have his last stats, but the last time that we got checked up, like the last time he had a checkup, the doctor didn't tell me like, oh, you know, I'm worried about his height and weight. We had kind of gotten out of that. So he was just shy of 24 pounds when we took him this last time. So that is what he's weighing. He wasn't even weighing 24 pounds, which is why the doctor was concerned. So we've been trying to stuff his face as much as we can the last couple days. Today I took him, we got milkshakes or frozen hot chocolate, whatever. But like fattening him up. If he wants ice cream like 5 times a day, I will give him ice cream 5 times a day. Cookies, like he's living his best life. And then of course it's hard, because then I'm trying to fatten him up, and then Riley's at the same time asking me then, like she'll see her brother eating ice cream and she's like, I want ice cream too. So then I've got to also like make sure that we're not, you know, giving her too much of the bad stuff. I don't know, it's just like a work in progress over here. We're trying all of the things. The kid will not eat the Pediasure that the doctor wants him to have. Like I'm trying to mix it, make milkshakes with it. Today I mixed it with some ice cream. I made popsicles. I tried putting it in his little Danimals. Like I'm trying all of the things, and I'll continue to share that here on my channel. But it's no joke, man. Like I don't know what my children have against food or against eating or eating good things. I mean, I was a very picky eater growing up. Like my mom used to like have to put the timer on me like at dinner time, and I don't know, I guess it's like total karma coming back at me. And I was small too. Like I wasn't as small, I think, as Jackson, but I was always on the more petite side, so I was always small. But I guess my doctors were never like terribly concerned, even though I did as a kid. I forgot what age I did, but I did take Pediasure, and I used to love that. I used to love the Pediasure. So that's something that I drank in my lifetime. So I guess Jackson also has to get on board with that. So that is the situation with Jackson. How long is the whole sourdough bread process? Freaking, you guys tell me, okay? Jeff is over there. I fed him before I started wrapping stuff. So he's got his last feed of the night. And then tomorrow I'll check on him, but I don't know. It's been like 4 days already of me like feeding him and mixing him and whatever I have to do, and it's still not ready. So I don't know if that takes longer, if it's like a whole week, but I've been hopeful. I'm like determined to get some sourdough bread for Christmas, but at this point I honestly don't know if that's gonna happen. So we'll see. Like I said, it was my first attempt. I had to start somewhere, and that's been my experience so far. But I promise you, you guys will be like the first ones to know if I actually do make some sourdough bread, because I have to like get the starter done first, and then I have to go and make the bread. And then I don't know if you can make the bread the same exact day, or if you have to like let it rise also, if that bread making process takes a couple of days. But at this rate, like it's probably not gonna happen, because we're supposed to be leaving out of town the day after Christmas. So like I really have a short window here. So we will see. So some of you guys were asking like, you know, how are you doing? Christmas is Saturday. Are your gifts wrapped? Obviously not, because I am here. We're not gonna wrap any of like my presents. Like I ordered myself a couple things, you know, from Joseph, from myself, that I've just been putting right under the tree as they come in. But I'm not even gonna bother with wrapping that stuff. No one's coming to our house this year for Christmas. So it's just gonna be you guys watching the Christmas vlog, which I don't know exactly when it'll be up, because like I said, it's like we've got Christmas, and then the day after we're supposed to be heading out of town. So I'm gonna try to edit it maybe like while we're driving down to Orlando, and then you guys can see it like the week after, because I am trying to like take a break. So remember, we did Vlogmas, or you know, we've got a few more days of Vlogmas, but then I said that I'm gonna take a little break and I'm gonna enjoy the time, you know, God willing, I'm gonna enjoy the time that we have down there with Joe's family, and I'm not gonna be like worried about posting on the channel, and you know, I'm not gonna be killing myself to get videos up. So there may be like a week, maybe a little bit longer, where it's kind of quiet over here, and I am very sorry, but it's like the first break that I will have taken like ever, or in a very, very long time, and I'm very much looking forward to it. But in the new year, once we get back, we'll be back to my normal schedule 3 times a week, and there's gonna be a lot of content because I've got lots of things that I want to share with you guys. If there's anything in particular that you guys want me to focus on in the new year in 2022, let me know, because I'll be working on, even if I'm not posting videos, I'll still be working on like, you know, like thinking about content and thinking about my content calendar and all of that, and what you guys want to see. I will tell you that, especially like in the new year, I'll be focusing on like some more like routine videos, because those are always nice to like start the year off. Like some of you guys have actually asked to see like some nighttime routine videos and all of that. I got a request to see Joe's nighttime cleaning routine. Joseph, are you gonna film your nighttime cleaning routine? Crickets. Come on, Bella. He's gonna do his nighttime cleaning routine in the new pajamas that he just got. What'd you say? That's a no. No, but we'll have like some routines like that. We'll have like some morning routines. If you guys like those videos, let me know. But I hardly ever film at night. Like I hardly ever film like the, you know, like what we do after like dinner and stuff, because it's just usually chaotic. But in the new year, like those are the videos that, like, I'll be honest, those are the videos that help me to grow my channel, and those are like the videos that people search for. So like in the beginning of the year, it's nice to have some of that on my channel. And as much as I love my vlogs, I'm still gonna be vlogging, but I'm trying to think about like my channel and like what I want to do with it next year, and like how I want it to grow. And again, like I could talk about this all day in like a separate video, and I probably will when I sit down to talk about my goals for the new year. But one thing about this year, like obviously I had so much fun making videos, and it was a chaotic year, and I'm still glad that, like, you know, we had our community here, all of that, but the channel didn't grow as much as I would have wanted it to. So it kind of fell like stagnant. Like even though I was maybe making more money or whatever, the growth, or like people finding me, new people finding me, wasn't as much as like the year before. So I would like to kind of focus on, you know, getting some new eyeballs on here, and obviously growing in that way. That's always nice when you're putting in so much effort into making videos. That would be like a nice thing to see. So I'm gonna try to do, maybe like if I'm doing 3 videos a week, I'll try to do like maybe 2 vlogs and then 1 sit down video, or like 2 vlogs and 1, you know, routine kind of video, like something that's gonna help me with search, something that's gonna help me with ranking. So that's kind of like, you know, like what I'm thinking about in terms of content. But obviously I'm not gonna make videos just like for myself. Like I want you guys to like them, I want you guys to want to see them. So that's why I'm always asking you guys for you know, recommendations, video requests, suggestions, ideas, all of that. So if you have anything you want to see, please, for the love of God, let me know down below in the comments. Right, I got somebody else asking me if I'm anti-vax, because I've been posting the last couple days. I posted like just like how outraged I am at like the statement that came out from the White House about like death and stuff, that, you know, the White House is saying that we're in for a winter of death and all of that. So people are asking me if I'm anti-vax, and I'm not anti-vax. I'm vaccinated. Like I got the freaking 2 jabs. Am I gonna get more? I'll be honest, probably not. Like I have no like interest in continuing forever to keep putting stuff in my body and continue to get vaccinated. Like what, it's gonna be like 2, you know, like you get a booster now, and you're gonna get a booster next year and forever and ever. Like I don't really want to do that. So so I'm not anti-vax. I think you have to make smart decisions for you and your family, but I've always been for you having the choice to do that. And you know, it just seems that the longer that this goes on, it's not like the government wants you to have a choice. The government has made it very clear that there's like one correct choice, and when they're making statements like the one that they came out with this week, it's like ridiculous. Like, how is, like, this is America. Like, how is the government talking on the whitehouse.com, like on their website, saying like messages like that, and like basically just like trying to like use all these fear tactics? And it's just, it's not a nice look. It's not cool. Like, and it's actually been really interesting, like, to see how many of like followers of mine from other countries like have messaged me, and they've been like, are you kidding me? Like, your government is saying stuff like this? And just having those conversations has been really enlightening and interesting. And so I'm really glad that, you know, I can share my thoughts on stuff like that. And yes, there are a handful of people that then come at me, and I have to, you know, read the responses. And some of them, most of them, I would actually say are like healthy conversations, which I have always said I welcome healthy conversations. I think that's how you grow and how you learn. But I've actually been just, it's been so nice to see how many people kind of are on the same wavelength. So I'm definitely feeling like I'm not alone in that, and that makes my heart very happy. But the answer to that question was no, I'm not anti-vax. I'm just like for common sense, and I'm for, you know, people having a choice and doing stuff like that. So I don't know, I'm gonna go on a tangent on that. But how old was Riley when you got pregnant with Jackson? Riley was 1 year and 3 months old when I got pregnant with Jackson. So we waited till Riley was 1 and we started trying, and then 3 months later I took a pregnancy test and I was pregnant, and that's why their birthdays are like a week apart. And they were both born in December. So that is how old I was, or that's how old Riley was. How does clicking the like button here affect your account? So anytime that like you're watching anybody, that you watch their content and stuff, anything that you do helps their account. Just hitting the like button, hitting the thumbs up button. You know, if it's on Instagram and they post a photo, like taking the literal like 1 second to like it helps their account tremendously. Commenting on their stuff, you know, helps tremendously, especially if you have like a sponsored Insta story or something, and there's like a link in it. That helps that person's account, because the companies will usually like ask for metrics afterwards, and they want to see like how many people actually clicked on your link, or how many people were interested in the product that they paid you to kind of put in front of your audience. So it's all helpful, because then, you know, if you do a good job and a lot of people seem to be interested in the product, then obviously the company is more likely to say, hey, let's continue our partnership, let's continue to work with this person, as opposed to like, you know, them paying you for something and then it's like crickets, you know, nobody is interested, nobody's clicking, nobody's liking the stuff. So it's always helpful. And like most of that stuff, I think everything that I listed there, it doesn't cost anything. So if you're ever watching my videos, like, I would super appreciate it if you just like it. Just the thumbs up is, I don't think, super hard to do. So I very much appreciate it when you guys do that. So are you gonna do any kind of 2-year update for Jackson? I do plan on doing an update for both of the kids. I just, when, like, I don't know, like, I don't have a lot of time right now. It'll have to be when we get back home. So in the new year, I'll make sure that I have both a 2-year update for Jackson and a 4-year update for Riley. Maybe I'll do like a little, I don't know, like an interview with Riley, kind of, you know, like have her answer questions. We'll do something, but we'll have some kind of update for both of them. Link to your golden bracelet that you've been wearing recently. So I have to ask my mom, because she's the one that gave me this. It's super cute because she gave it to me for my birthday, and it's got all of our names on it. It's got Kayla and Joe, and then it's got 2015, because that's when we got married, and then it's got Riley and Jackson. So I don't know, I just like it, it's fun. So I'll see if I can ask her, and if I find out, then I'll leave it down below in the description box. So this question was interesting. This person asked, which did you or do you prefer, the newborn phase or the toddler phase? That's a loaded question, you guys. I feel like, Joseph, do you have an answer to that question? You don't have an answer?
All of them are challenging.
Exactly. They're all challenging. Like, I feel like every stage has its pros and every stage has its cons. Like, right now, it's exhausting. Right now, the toddler phase is exhausting. It's non-stop all day. And like, today, I did like no work. I did no work for myself. I literally spent the entire day like trying to tidy up, trying to clean up stuff. That's why I didn't even vlog today, because I was just tidying and cleaning, and like I would go from one room to the next and there was more of a mess than when I left it. And I just felt like I couldn't, I felt like I was drowning. I felt like I couldn't catch up. And when you have toddlers at home, like that's what they're doing. They're making messes, they're running around, they're spilling stuff. Like today I had to clean up I don't know how many spills. You're cleaning stains. Like it's just, it's a lot. And then you're entertaining them, they're asking for snacks, they're bored, they want to put a different TV show on, they're fighting with each other. Like they are go 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 all the time. So toddlers are physically and mentally challenging, exhausting, but at the same time they're so fun. Like I've never had more fun as a parent than I have now. Like it's so fun to, you know, watch them interact with each other and to interact with us. And like, you know, I can have conversations with Riley and she freaking cracks me up. And like, it's great. And like, you know, Jackson and Riley can both like willingly and knowingly like come to me and like give me hugs and kisses and, you know, show me love. And like, that is awesome. Like there's no greater feeling than that. So I love it, but I'm exhausted. And then with newborns, like newborns are challenging too, because you have like the times where they're not sleeping, you're up all night. Like that's what I kind of think about when I think of newborns, because that part is no joke. But they're easier in the sense that when they are like content, like they just kind of like lay there. They just lay there, or they're on you. They don't weigh a ton of, you know, they're not super heavy, so you can just have them in the baby carrier. They're not yelling at you all the time. They're not talking back to you. They're quiet for the most part. They just want to eat and be held, and you know, they're snuggly. And so, you know, they're a little easier in that sense. The sleepless nights are not. I remember like just counting down the days till both of the kids were 6 months old, because that was like always our threshold for sleep training them. Like we waited till they were both 6 months old to sleep train them. And until they were 6 months old, like we had no life in the evening, because if, you know, it was their bedtime, I had to be there in the room with them, because like they were always like kind of co-sleeping, and like they needed like my boob in order to go to sleep. So that was, you know, a rough season, a rough time. But there's pros and cons to both of them. I mean, not cons in the sense that like I would, you know, take back having them. Obviously I love them to death, but it's hard, but it's also super rewarding. And you know, each phase I just try to tell myself like it's hard, but the phase will pass, and then there's gonna be something new. Like it's never gonna get super easy, but it's also gonna be super awesome in different ways, if that makes any sense. So this person asked for favorite devotionals for mamas. I've shared my devotionals, and I actually have one here on the couch. Oh, this one is the one that I was going to show you. This one is from the same company that I get all my other devotionals. So I have from the Daily Grace Co. I have a bunch of devotionals. If you haven't seen on my Instagram, I have like a little highlight that says devotionals, and I kind of walk through some of the ones that I have. But this one is a nice one. It's like a smaller one, but this one's called God-Centered Motherhood, and so, or Gospel-Centered Motherhood. So this one is particularly talking about different things about being a mom. Like this one says the heart issue behind mom guilt. So talking about mom guilt and things like that, encouragement for the little years. So this is like a quick thing that you can kind of read through. I actually haven't read through the whole thing because I think I kept it in my diaper bag for a while, and then I've kind of forgot it was there. But all of their devotionals from the Daily Grace Co., I love them so much. They help me to understand the Bible. So there's like different devotionals like that are just on specific chapters, or there's stuff like this that's like about a topic. Like this one's about motherhood. There's other ones like about like idolizing things. That's one of the ones that I really liked. So check them out. I'll link them down below in the description box, but I love them. So somebody asked for advice on how to handle your child not meeting speech milestones. So I will tell you, and you know, I've kind of been pretty vocal about that. Like when I go back and look at videos of Riley when she was 2, like she like runs circles around Jackson. Like she already at this age, like at Jackson's age, she was saying all her ABCs. She knew like all her letters. Like she was really advanced in terms of her speech. So like it's kind of been hard to not compare them, but at the same time, like you're human and you're like, okay, well I'm witnessing this. Like I remember that she was saying a lot more than Jackson is. But the only thing that like I can tell you is make sure that you're talking to your kid's pediatrician. Like if they're not worried, there's no reason why you should be. Like kids develop at different times. And like when I took Jackson in now for his 2-year checkup, they asked me like, does he say 10 to 20 words? And I said yes. Like he says 10 to 20 words. He's not like as much of a talker as Riley was, but he was like within that range. And words aren't like, I've read a lot of stuff from like different speech accounts and stuff that I follow on Instagram, and like one of the things that's a big takeaway is like words aren't just like dog, cat. Like you can count certain things like animal noises and things that, you know, kind of like sound like a word as words. Again, don't quote me, I'm not a speech pathologist, but it's not just like full-on words that technically count as words. So I don't know, I would just, you know, make sure that you're talking to your kid's doctor, and then you have to just like work with them. Like, you know, I spend a lot of my time just, you know, sounding like a crazy person all day. Like I'm sure you guys see in my videos, like I'm constantly asking Jackson like, oh, what is this, or what does this sound like, or how do you say this? That's like my thing, like how do you say this? And I kind of like make them, and I sound like a lunatic sometimes, but I'm not freaking out too much. Like I feel like he's gonna get there. And so yes, some kids need extra help, and the thing is like there's nothing wrong with needing extra help. I think the sooner that you can identify that there's, you know, a delay of any kind, like then you can go and make sure that they get help. Like there's so many more resources these days than, I don't know, even 5-10 years ago. So I'm sure that your doctor would say like the sooner that you can catch something like that, the better it would be. So just make sure that you go talk to them. Wow, this was a terrible wrapping job. This is like her little Shotson's house. This is a very bad wrapping job. So I'm very sorry, Riley. Shut up, Joseph. He's like, not surprising. No, this one was like really bad. The other ones were not too atrocious, but this one was pretty bad. I'm actually kind of like bummed because I thought I had enough. Well, like I had enough wrapping paper for the stuff that I have here, but there were a couple other things that I wanted to wrap, and I'm not wrapping everything. Like I have decided that we're gonna wrap, because some people were like, oh, how do you do it? Like, does Santa wrap all the gifts, or does Santa leave all the gifts out? Like we're gonna wrap. Like I grew up in a house where every toy that was under the tree was from Santa. And I feel like maybe that's like such a weird thing, because when I met Joe, he's like, that's weird. Like the first time we had that conversation, he's like, that's super weird. Like, how did you do it, Joseph?
Unwrapped presents are from Santa.
Yeah, like some of the presents were unwrapped.
Wraps are from somebody.
Yeah, so anything that was under the tree that was unwrapped was from Santa. And then all of the other gifts, I guess there were some gifts that were wrapped, and those were like from a person. That's not how I grew up. Like maybe it's like a Latin thing, or like a cultural thing, but as a kid, like any gift that was given to us was from Santa. And if it was like somebody else's house, like my aunt's or something, like it would be like, oh, Santa left this at my house for you. And like the more that like I read like how people do Santa, I feel like so few people do Santa that way. But I think we're at this point, we're probably just gonna do like everything here in our house is under the trees from Santa, but some of the stuff is unwrapped and then some of it is wrapped. Like I like for them to have some stuff to wrap, but other stuff will be not wrapped, so that we can have it like assembled and ready for them to play with. Kind of like how we do the birthdays, where like I didn't wrap every single one of their gifts. I kind of like had it displayed there so that they could you know, just like already play with it. So we'll kind of do something like that, and then maybe down the road we'll change it. But I don't know, you guys, like I'm just trying to just trying to give them some happy moments and some joy without stressing myself out too much. So like having to think about that and the logistics of what's Santa, who's not Santa, like because I guess they're so young that they don't really care or understand too much, like I'm not stressing about it just yet. So that's my stance on that. So I've got those gifts done, and as far as wrapping goes, I'm gonna just like call that a night. Let's see if there's anything else that I can answer before I go edit this video. So this is interesting. How much do you make on Instagram Reels? So for the longest time you weren't making anything on Reels, and now I think one of the reasons why you're seeing more and more Reels is because, I don't know if like everybody knows this, but like you can now I don't know if it's open to everybody or if there's like a threshold, but now you can start making money from posting Reels. So like I have a little dashboard here on my Instagram account, and they're called like bonuses. So you can, every time that you post a Reel, you're like entering it in like your bonuses. I don't know if that even makes any sense. And based on how many views you get money. So like this month, I mean, I haven't been posting a lot of Reels. To me, like I'll post them every once in a while, but that's like not my main focus right now, especially now during Vlogmas. Like I just don't have the time. But I posted 4 Reels this month, and it's saying that I made like $239 approximate bonus. But the maximum bonus that I could make, like if I was on here all the time posting Reels and I got like super viral views, and you know, I'm sure that there's some people like killing it with Reels, the maximum bonus you can get is $8,500 for 1 month. So I'm sure that there's people meeting that threshold. I am not quite there yet with my $239, but it's something, and it is nice to see that Instagram is trying to find ways to help you monetize your content, because that was like the big thing for a long time. Like people were going to YouTube to make videos and stuff because YouTube has at least the YouTube AdSense that they pay you for videos. But now it looks like, since Instagram kind of wants to compete with TikTok, like TikTok pays their people, like the creators that are bigger, that I guess there is also like a threshold for TikTok. I'm not there yet because I kind of like abandoned TikTok. But now people that do like the Instagram Reels, there's a way for them to get money. So I think that's pretty cool. I'm so sad, you guys. I posted a picture today asking if Jeff, my sourdough starter, was ready to be used as a starter, and 43% of you said yes, but 57% at this point said no. So it's still gonna be a little while. Okay, so let me go back to the questions. Who influenced your sweet tooth more? This is so random. Mimi or Papa? Papa influenced my sweet tooth way more. Like I remember my dad would go to work and he'd come home and he'd like stop at 7-Eleven with candy for us, and like obviously it's not the best but I was always so excited for him to come home with candy. So definitely Papa's the one that has like the bigger sweet tooth. Even though my mom has her things that she likes, my mom is way more into like healthy eating and stuff, so she balances it more. So yeah, Papa is like the king of sweets over here. You guys, I get so many questions about where our couch is from. Our couch is super old. We've had it since like we got married, so like for 6 years. Since the old house. We got this couch at Ashley Furniture. So back in Miami there was like a City Furniture, and like right next to it was like Ashley Furniture. They're like, I don't know, the same but kind of different. But I think this one was from Ashley Furniture, and I've just never gotten a different one because it was super expensive when we got it, and we're gonna keep it until like it literally just does not fit in the house. Which cleanser is it that takes off all of your makeup from Tula? I think they just have one cleanser. I think it's like their classic cleanser. Let me look it up. But I think, to my knowledge, I've only tried one of their cleansers, and that's the one that I use. So let me just check for you guys, because I do still have an affiliate link with them that gets you 15 or 20% off. So I'll link it down below if you want to check it out and save a little bit of money. But what's it called? Yeah, it's called the Cult Classic Purifying Face Cleanser. If they have another one, I don't know what it is, but that is the one that we have. I use it. Joe even uses it. Like that's what he washes his face with. And so far it's been like just one of the best cleansers I've ever used. So really love it. So this question is also interesting. Are you bummed that baby-led weaning didn't successfully work for Jackson? So 1000% I am bummed that baby-led weaning didn't really work for Jackson. Like I feel like I was trying, like Riley was such a picky eater and we didn't do baby-led weaning. So the first, like, we did purees for the longest time with Riley, and then until like Riley was like 3 years old almost, like she didn't touch even like a piece of chicken nuggets. Like this year, like from between 3 and 4 is really when the most improvement has happened with her eating. She's still super picky, still won't try anything new, doesn't have pasta, doesn't have mac and cheese, doesn't have, like, literally all that she'll have is like peanut butter sandwich, peanut butter on crackers. And then she'll do now, like between 3 and 4 is when she's started to like have pieces of chicken nuggets, pieces of chicken breast. Sometimes when Joe cooks steak, she'll have little pieces of steak. But beyond that, like protein wise, like that's it. She doesn't have rice, she doesn't have beans, nothing with a sauce. Like she's so picky, and she gave us such a hard time. So when we had Jackson, we're like, okay, well, I know what it is. Like it's because we did purees for so long with Riley, so how about we try this whole baby-led weaning thing? And I was so excited about it. I shared a bunch of videos here on my channel, and when he was younger, I feel like he did pretty well with it. Like he was trying new foods, trying a lot more different foods than Riley did at like his age, because for a while he would have chicken, he would have croquetas when we were down in Miami, he would have rice, pretty much like anything that you put in front of him, he would at least try it. And then I don't know what the heck happened. Like, I don't know what happened or exactly when it happened, but he stopped wanting to eat anything new, stopped wanting to try anything, decided that he didn't like meat anymore, protein anymore. And so totally backtracked. And like, now it's like, great, now he's tiny, now I'm worried about his weight again. So like, yeah, I mean, I'm bummed because I tried it one way, it didn't work. Then I tried it the other way, still didn't work. So it's hard because like as a mom, like you're just trying to do your best. You're just trying to make sure that your kid is healthy and safe and taken care of. But at the same time, like there's all of this information coming at you from so many different directions. Your doctor, social media experts, accounts, feeding therapists, nutritionists, like your freaking mom, your mother-in-law. Like there's so many people giving you like what you're supposed to do all the time. And it's not the same information. It's like different things, and you're like, what the hell am I supposed to do? So it's stressful. So like I say, like all I can do is my best. I'm doing my best, Karen. I am doing the best that I can for my kid, trying to trust my gut. So I mean, I don't know, I am happy in the sense that at least from a young age, he was like feeding himself, and like the motor skills I feel like were good. You know, he was using a fork and a spoon, I feel like a little bit sooner than Riley did. So I think that was good. But now here we are and he doesn't want to eat anything. So, you know, I tried. Like, I'm just gonna make a shirt that says I tried. Like, I'm sorry I tried. Because that's kind of like how I feel in this moment. So yeah, that's the answer to that question. Do you still have cleaning ladies coming to your house? So I do. They're actually supposed to come tomorrow, and I'm praying that they do show up, because the only downside to having them come, like they come every 2 weeks, and I love the fact that our house gets clean. I'm so eternally grateful to be able to do that, to have that in our budget where we can do that, because I'm not cleaning toilets, I'm not, you know, doing any of like the deep clean of the house. I just kind of wait for them to come because I don't have time. But they're kind of like inconsistent. Like they'll show up randomly. Like it's usually the same day of the week that they're supposed to come, but like sometimes they'll show up at my house at like 8 in the morning and I'm like still asleep, and I have to run down in my robe and open the door. And then other times they show up like at 12 and I'm like, I've been sitting here all day like waiting for you. So we'll see. But I think tomorrow they're supposed to come, and like I said, they come every 2 weeks. I love them. They help my life and my sanity so much. So that is like a great thing that we were able to do this year. This person asked for any tips on diaper changes. My 23-month-old tries to use UFC moves on me. I feel your pain, okay? I feel your pain. The diaper changes give me severe anxiety, and to be honest, that's why like sometimes like I just kind of like let him have way more of a full diaper than he should. Like I'm definitely not the mom that like the minute that he uses the bathroom I'm like, okay, let's go get you changed, because like it gives me anxiety, because I know that it's gonna be a legit like fight. Like I'm gonna be there like sweating trying to change my 2-year-old's diaper. But today, like for nighttime, he started fighting me just now, like when I put him to bed. So I just took out my phone and I turned on Blippi and I said, look, it's Blippi. Like the minute he heard his voice, he was like all excited. I said, hold this, watch Blippi, and let me freaking change your diaper. But I have no other advice for you because it sucks. Like it's exhausting every time that I have to change the freaking diaper. All right, so the last question I'm gonna answer for tonight, because again, like it's 9:20, I have to go edit this and then get it up and all of that. So this person just said like tips for overcoming anxiety of going out with the kids. The only advice that I can give you is to start doing it. Start making it a habit to picking just like one day a week and making it a point to like once a week go on a little mini adventure with the kids. And sometimes like maybe just start small. Like maybe it's you first start getting them in the car and doing like a drive-through kind of thing. Like you get them in the car, you go pick up Starbucks, or you just go for a little drive. Like when I used to talk to my therapist, that's one of the things that she would tell me, like you're just trying to like remind yourself that you made it to a certain point so that the next time you're like, oh, okay, I made it to that point, I know I can do it again, or I can go a little bit further next time. So, you know, just like talking about working, you know, towards like little milestones. So maybe the first time is just getting your baby in the car and just going for a little drive. Next time it's going a little farther, or just like going somewhere and like getting down and like putting them in the shopping cart and going to do a little errand that takes 5 minutes. Then the next time going somewhere that's going to take you 10 minutes. But the more that you go out, the more confident you become in like yourself and the fact that you can do it. So that's why I make it a point, like my threshold is like I never want to go more than a week where like I don't leave the house with both the kids and don't do anything. So like today I actually took the kids to I wanted to go to Goodwill to drop some stuff off, and then after that I took them to there's like a little local coffee shop. So I took them, and I could have just done curbside pickup or whatever, and I thought about it because I was like, oh my god, it's gonna be a mission to like get them both down and, you know, go in there and order. It definitely would have been easier to just do curbside pickup, but I was like, okay, no, I'm gonna push myself to do this because I need to get comfortable doing it. So I kind of pushed myself outside of my comfort zone, and we freaking did it. It was a mission and a half. Like we went in there, Riley got her milkshake and then she spilled it all over the place. I had to freaking clean up the entire milkshake. Like it was, yes, it was not it wasn't a fun, easy activity, okay? But you know, I did it, you know, and I can say, okay, I took both of the kids to a place by myself. And at one point, like when I was getting both of the kids in the car, like that was a new experience for me because like I had like I had like 3 coffees in my hand, and I was trying to get them both in the car, and like for like a split second I didn't have my hands on either of them, and I was starting to panic because like when I go to Target, like they're both in the cart. I'm very strategic about making sure that they are all strapped in because no one's gonna take my baby. Like, you know, I'm on high alert in the parking lots and stuff. So this was like new for me because they were both walking on the floor, you know, like walking on the ground, and like it was a little bit stressful, but like I learned what I could do differently for next time. And like the more that you do it, the more you get comfortable doing it, and you figure out logistically like how you're gonna get your baby, you know, from their car seat to the, you know, the stroller, or to the little cart where you're gonna take them. But you've got to start it. Like you've got to start doing it, and the more that you do it, like you will get better at it, and you will feel more confident, and you'll be super proud of yourself. Like I remember like the first time that I took both of the kids somewhere, like I went on Instagram and I was like, oh my god, like I have something to share with you guys. Like I'm so proud of myself. I took both of the kids to Target, and like it was a huge deal, and I was so proud of myself. And so from that point I was like, okay, I know that I can do this again. And since then we've gone to Target by ourselves like a million times. Like my big thing that I did recently is I took both of the kids to the doctor, like by myself. Like that's huge. So I had never done that before. Of course I run out of memory on my camera like when I'm like pretty much done with my video, but point is, like from this point forward I know that I can take both of the kids to the doctor by myself, when before that would be something that would give me like severe anxiety just thinking about it. So that is it, you guys. I'm gonna go and put these things down in the basement again. I have a little bit of like scrap wrapping paper. Do you guys ever keep like your scraps? Like what the heck I'm supposed to do with this? So I'm gonna put everything away, go edit this video so you guys can watch it in the morning. And thanks for chatting with me, thanks for hanging out. I hope that we got to just kind of catch up, and you guys got to have your morning coffee or whenever it is that you're watching this. And tomorrow I'll probably vlog, so you guys, the next video will be a vlog. And that is it, you guys. I love your freaking faces. I hope you have a beautiful day. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys. Bye, guys.